References. I just love them. Without them, this whole illustration would have fallen apart. So I'm doing a drawing of some characters from Mob Psycho 100. And for those of you that don't know, Mob Psycho 100 is my favourite anime and manga. And I'm still waiting out for season 3, but it comes out soon. So this is a 60s AU, and I was inspired by mod culture. And I really wanted to do this for pun reasons. So I'm very much motivated by puns, to the point where I think puns actually flow through my veins instead of blood. A lot of character design and plot for my own comic have even come from puns and throwaway jokes that I got a bit too fond of and decided to keep. So lately I've been getting into art from the 60s and the 70s, especially fashion illustration. And that led me really getting into fashion in general from 60s and 70s, as well as interior design, graphic design, and furniture design from that era as well. One really cool fashion illustrator is Masahiko Sato, and Bob Peak is another illustrator whose work I love. The other day I was looking for his art book, but the English version is out of print and very expensive. And the only version that is in print is the Japanese version. And the shipping is, ouch, expensive as well. One day I will buy that Bob Peak book. So before I got started with this drawing, I did some research. I knew a little bit about the 60s, but not so much about mod culture. So I went on the internet to read some articles and also to look at the fashion as well. There's like the Vespas and mopeds. Those are a big part of mod culture. I really want to nail the aesthetic down, so refs are definitely crucial. I also made a mood board and I did mini studies in my sketchbook. I started thumbnailing in my sketchbook as well, and then I scanned it and I started rearranging my initial sketch to improve the composition. If you want to see stuff from my sketchbook, you can check out my sketchbook tour playlist, where you'll find lots of thumbnails and sneak peeks of digital drawings I end up finishing, and that will be in the iCard. So, like I said, without references, this whole drawing would have been a complete mess. I don't know how to draw a Vespa from memory. I'm not familiar with mod fashion, and if I didn't have pictures of the characters I'm drawing up, I would have drawn them really weirdly and off model. Don't listen to anyone who says that references are cheating. They're a liar and they're not worth their salt. References can improve your art, help you to come up with ideas, and inspire you. Never underestimate references. This drawing was something I don't usually draw, so it was interesting adding little details here and there. Also, drawing the moped was surprisingly fun, and I loved adding the little stickers on there and a few Easter eggs / references to the show. I remember writing this down in my notes, which is where I usually go when I have a random art idea, or any idea really. I just jot them down so I don't forget, and then I can come back to them and be like, oh, that was a cool idea. So I did that, and the other day I was scrolling through my notes, reorganizing them, because sometimes you gotta reorganize your notes. When I came across this idea again, mod AU, that's kind of cool, I thought. I'd been procrastinating drawing it for the longest time, because I was worried about not executing the idea as well, as I thought that looking for references / researching would be intimidating. Actually, it was alright and even fun. So yeah, looking for references can actually be quite fun. And collating a mood board, thinking about all sorts of things you could draw. It's like a real kickstart to your inspiration and makes you want to draw more. Also briefly flirted with the idea of adding shading, but I decided against it because 1, I feel like it wouldn't have that crunchy 60s aesthetic to it if I did like cell shading, and 2, because the drawing already took me 4 hours. I didn't want to spend another hour or so rendering it. One thing I wish I did was more thumbnails. I feel like the composition would have been a lot better. I could have saved a lot of time rearranging all the characters around. That being said, I still love this drawing to bits. And I love this drawing so much that I printed it off and it's now on my wall. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have remembered it from my stories. Because the background is blue, I basically used up a crap ton of ink, just printing it in A4. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!